The gem feels both extremely hot and extremely cold, and yet sits comfortably in your hand. Within the crimson crystal, a galaxy of stars seems to twinkle, and beyond the stars lies a strange and wondrous realm. The stars swirl and move, and form a face, the face of an imp.
Looky, looky, looky here! What's red and black and blue all over? Wrongly, 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 wrong! Your eye decides. Your eye! Oh! Rightly, rightly, rightly!
The face dissolves, and the...
Budge. Blocked. What a strange device.
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Well, well, well. This is, as they say, it. Divinity. Surreal, is it not? So much more insubstantial, almost, than desiring an empire, or vengeance, or fame. That said, I'll not deny I very much aspire to the surreal. No greater emperor than the one that sits on the throne of gods.
He sighs deeply.
Oh, You'll probably think this highly uncharacteristic of me, but I'm inclined to agree. This journey of ours, this strange and violent pilgrimage, it has changed some preconceptions. It's not so much that my desires have changed, it's that they've multiplied. They were like a diamond kept hidden in a secret pocket for none but me to see. But then the diamond was forced into the open, held against the light. And in that light, so many colors I never knew were there. Sadder, the promise of dragons. I value them more highly now even than divinity. The final prize is yours. I'm content to follow a more unexpected path.
Looks like we're at the end of the line. Look, divinity is an immense responsibility. All that power, it corrupts. I saw what it did to Lucian, a soldier like me. I won't let that happen to anyone else. For their sake, and the sake of Rivellon, I must ascend.
He nods once, decisively.
I'll support you. Let's go.
No, wait. We cannot face the trial of divinity yet. The Master is on this island. He must die before we go any further. Imagine what would happen if I win. I'd be a god that can be controlled by a man with a song. This cannot be. Let's find him. Let's kill him. Marvelous. Let's go.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sebille has never been so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. She's like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces. Another step, ever closer. The moment has finally come. She's found the Master. The eyes of predators meet.
Sebille?
He snaps his fingers, and she involuntarily snaps to attention.
Here you go, breaking my heart.
That's the plan, mastermind.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sebille. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command. I would have watched you, like I have all this time, glad to see you live, sometimes even laugh. I'm very fond of you, you know?
The feeling's not quite mutual.
Not yet.
Another snap, different fingers, different sound. She looks to the ground. She's bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken. Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater good. The supreme example of this is you, Sebille. I am the House of Shadows. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the hand that guides a blind world. From darkness, light. What I did had to be done, Sebille. It had to be you, for you're the prime scion. The other scions knew you, welcomed you. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant.
Sebille slowly draws her needle.
Time to get to the point.
My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying. A fine instrument, is it not? Precise, exact. Just like me. Just like you. You should know that I forced you to shed the blood of scions because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions. Here's the final truth, Sebille. The true evil here is not me. It's you. The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this world. They seek to carve out the whole wide world for themselves. They want their roots to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what I counteract.
He died the day he met me.
Death, death, death. Did I create a monster after all? I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sebille, but you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to sing a single tune. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The Scar song swells. You're too late. The melody has taken hold of her mind. The song continues. Sebille's eyes grow dull. She's completely under the lizard's thrall once more, lost to you forever.
yourself.
Show yourself!
I sense something nearby. I sense something nearby.
invading!
This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
We'd better find a way inside before it all goes up in smoke. And us with it.
Countless symbols cover the stone tablet's surface, forging a riddle between several languages. You make out one ruined line. The champion must offer a burning stone to the dragon's mouth. The cultist was ordered to reach the Nameless Isle and pass the dragon's test. It required placing a fire rune on the proper altar. Between the symbols is a remarkably simple answer. A burning stone, a rune of fire, must be offered to the dragon. You place the offering deep inside the dragon's mouth. Something in the dark seizes your wrist. The grip tightens to sheer agony. Cold metal presses against you to soothe the ache. When you reach for it, your fingers catch on a pair of greaves. As you pull the armor free, the bitterness of betrayal cuts through you. Ash clouds the room, hot as a forge. You stand high on a black cliff housing Solstice's temple. Other lizards scream, declaring you a blasphemer.
I see you. And inside you is the strength I've been looking for. Patience. You must prove yourself worthy of such answers. You must find the temple where the Devourer's loyal servant was abandoned. I will draw strength from there to speak again.
The vision fades. The cave's sharp chill returns, and with it, a cold aura takes shape behind you.
So, this is the ancient academy of your...
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything. We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. They were little more than local barons, until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. And it let the void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can still walk, you shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
What they pursued for power, which is what they're doing still. One has to admire their tenacity.
Progress is annihilation of one way of life by another. I guess we're progress.
The lizard stares at you with open delight. His torn garb resembles that of a priest.
I welcome you, honored one. Be at peace, for your day has come. Do not hesitate. The ritual is prepared for you at the proper place. My master awaits. It is where the world changed. The Devourer opened our eyes. You must see this truth for yourself. Join the master at the temple of the false goddess, Solstiça. We cannot leave him waiting.
The lizard grins wide.
Quickly, honored one. Above the river of lava, a temple awaits your indulgence. The master of us all. We serve the Devourer in his infinite grace and hunger. Join the master at the temple of the false goddess, Solstiça. We cannot...
The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
Godwoken? Can it be true? Am I dead?
The mask of sorrow slips away from the spirit's expression in an instant. It is replaced by one of utter composure and elegance. The spirit applauds you.
Excellent, Godwoken. You showed true finesse in your actions. What I would have given to have had you as a pupil previously. But perhaps there's still time for one last lesson. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study must suffer a little. Your wits, I believe. Do you wish to proceed?
A beam. Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
The spirit...
My offer still stands, if you think you're up to the challenge. It is done. I hope it helps, Godwoken. The world needs someone like you. My powers are spent, Godwoken.
The spirit's composure gives way to a flash of anger. She spits out a name.
Lucian. Our finest pupil, the Divine himself, came to us here under the guise of friendship. Then at this very table, he poisoned us. Oh, I won't pretend to know why. The Divine answers to no one. Either way, he seemed intent on sabotaging the path of his successors.
You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
To rule is to be ruthless when the occasion calls for it. The occasion simply must have called.
The Divine killed far more than Godwoken. He wasn't worthy of the name.
Godwoken. It is greater than the gods, yet also more evil than the void. The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die. What is it? Ah, very good. I could sense that you had it in you. Allow me to reward the clever pupil. One last lesson to sharpen your wits even further. But be warned. Equal mastery in all skills is nigh on impossible. This lesson in wits will require a sacrifice, a degree of your constitution. Good. Take my knowledge and use it wisely on your path, Godwoken. Farewell. Godwoken, I'm afraid there's nothing I can teach you to help with what...
Godwoken, come, answer me this. Lizards run far. If the first two statements are true, then the third must be... Yes, that's correct. After all, intellect, a fair bargain. True intelligence in exchange for a degree, Philistine.
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept?
The spirit of a dwarf gives you an incongruously cheery smile, given his circumstances.
Who do we have here? A new Godwoken. Why, what a pleasure it is to meet you. Just as I suspected. A well-developed constitution and a strong sense of charm. Well done. Your skills will stand you in good stead, I'm sure. But there's always room for improvement, I'm sure you'll agree. My, condition limits what I can do for you, but I'm sure I can manage one final lesson. Be warned, though. There's an opportunity cost in self-improvement. What you gain in Constitution will likely be lost from elsewhere. Intelligence, I would assume. Consider it done. Good luck in the trials to come, Godwoken.
Automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
A fresh Godwoken ready for induction. Very good. I am here to serve. This is the Academy. It is a place of great learning. I am the Seneschal. I serve both those who teach and those who come to learn. Those like you. Allow me to show you. The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the arena of the One. Godwoken should be able to enter without issue. It seems that the Academy has been impeded due to neglect or interference. I appear to have been tampered with. Whoever is responsible may have caused similar damage elsewhere. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties. It's quite simple. Defeat all others.
Looks like a library. Books. How thrilling.
Well spotted, genius. Ow! Oh, I think I'm missing something here. Ow! Oh, I think I'm missing something here. Ow! Oh, I think I'm missing something here. So this is it. The Temple of the One.
At last, this journey is almost done.
You face a familiar foe. Before you as a dwarf you once knew, or at least thought you did. You see in his sneer a new beast. Nobility twisted into arrogance. Coarseness turned to cruelty.
The God King has birthed a new son. I don't fight the coming storm. I am the coming storm, and you won't be escaping it, old friend.
Hey there, Chief. Miss me? As it turns out, when one friend turns their back on you, another turns toward you with open arms. You left me to die. The God King offered me a new life. Quite an easy choice of allegiances, isn't it? Good luck, of course. You're going to need it. Badly.
You vile, sniveling little beast. How dare you? How dare you reject us? How many times did I have to tell you? I am eternal. Perhaps I should thank you. If not for your cruelty, I would not have met him. If not for your crimes, I would never have been reunited with my people. But now I am whole. And soon you will be torn to pieces.
Godwoken, are your studies complete?
Go ahead.
think I'm missing something here.
Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarian Grey, you are God-woken, but you will not be divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival. You are in love with Redulus, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the Academy together, but now Redulus is missing. Redulus went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin, and a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redulus. Believing it comes from her own mind, she realizes the truth. She was murdered by Lucian the Divine. Redulus too must be dead, or he would have come for her by now. She bows her head and cries. She knows Redulus went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there. She weeps. The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be God-woken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Kandor the Godwoken, dead by the hand of the divine. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. Too late, he realizes what you're about to do, and with a cry of horror, he is gone. An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. A hunger rises deep within you. She freezes in confusion, unable to work out what's happening to her. She turns and looks you in the eye, in horror and in pain. Oblivion glimmers in her eye as she stares into the abyss. And your god shall be barely sated.
Which one came next? Ah, yes.
The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the gallery. All the powers that a Godwoken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the Godwoken tomes.
I will not allow it to be disrespected. I am Master Tremblay, curator of the gallery.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself. You are Leonard Rawle, Godwoken, thief. If you can't earn a place in Lucian's shadow, you're going to steal it. You think you'll find advantage in the Forbidden Library. But first you have to steal the keys. Your tutors have one each, but you can't risk getting caught. You'd earn yourself a trip to the Chancellor's chamber, one from which you suspect you would not return. Your best friend Redulus was your rival. You knew that he was weak. You made sure the Chancellor knew it too. And while your friend was in the Chancellor's secret room, you stole the capacitor from the Chancellor's own table. But then you heard a noise. You heard the sound of your best friend's murder. You fled. You hid the capacitors you had taken and set out to steal the rest. You were lurking here, plotting, when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. The hunger dies away. You are Leonard Rawle, but first you have to a hunger the hunger.
think I'm missing something here.
You feel lightheaded. The gods now seem like tyrants, feeding upon their worshippers' source, like their cattle raised to be slaughtered.
One can't but feel somewhat taken aback by being treated as no more than a pawn, especially when one's the king on the board.
Welcome to the Forbidden Library. Do not
fear the truth, though it smash your world to pieces. Do not fear the truth about the gods. Redulus sought the secrets of the gods. Redulus sought the God King, and Redulus died at Lucian's hand. The gods destroy what they have made. You think them cruel, but they are not. They own us, and will do with us what they must.
A thought arrives from deep within, a single word. Lies. Hunger rises deep within you. You, or the thing in the hunger dies away. For now. His memory comes to you like a hound to its master. Your name is Redulus, and you are Godwoken. But you know that you can never be divine. You are in love with Tarion, your rival, and that love makes you weak. You hear rumors of a god king who would free you to be with Tarion. You seek the Chancellor's knowledge of this king, but when you find the Chancellor, he lies dead. A figure stands over him. Lucian, the great divine. He smiles at you and bids you approach him. He lays a hand upon your shoulder, and his blade slices your gut. As you fall, poor Redulus, you know that you will never see your Tarion again. Redulus awakens as if from a daze. He takes what would have been a breath, were he still alive, and breaks into a run. The lovers stare into each other's eyes, together at last. Tarion registers your presence for the first time. She smiles at you in gratitude. Redulus gives you a nod of acknowledgement. You know they'll leave now for the Hall of Echoes. They turn to each other.